You ever think about turning something you absolutely love into your actual full-time job? Well, today we're looking at the story of Isabel Klee. She's a New Yorker who did exactly that. She took her passion for helping dogs and turned it into this amazing, thriving career she never saw coming.
And that quote really says it all, doesn't it? This was never some grand plan. So the big question is, how did she go from just loving dogs to building an entire life around them? Let's get into it.
So, to really understand how she built this incredible future, we got to go back and look at her past. It all started with two things she was really passionate about, and they guided basically every decision she made. For Isabel, these were her two North Stars. On one side, you have this love for creative writing and telling stories, and on the other, this deep, unwavering commitment to animals. These two passions would end up being the foundation for absolutely everything that came next. I mean, look at her early career path. It was so consistent. In college, she's studying creative writing while volunteering at a shelter. Her very first job, she gets to travel the world as an assistant to a dog photographer. The work was amazing, filled with experience, but yeah, it wasn't paying the bills. You can tell right away she was following her heart, not a paycheck. So, after years of building up all this niche experience, something sudden happens that forces her hand. This was the moment where everything, and I mean everything, had to change. Talk about rough timing, right? After 7 years of pouring her heart into her job, right before her 30th birthday, she suddenly let go. It's that classic career crisis moment that could have sent her spiraling. So she's standing at this crossroads. She could play it safe, find another job just like the last one. Or she could take a huge leap of faith and bet on herself. For Isabel, she said the choice was actually pretty simple. She knew she had to at least try to build something herself, something that was all about helping dogs. And this is where she takes that leap. She combines a change in her living situation with that passion for dogs and her talent for storytelling, and it all kicked off with just one video. And this was the game changer. For the first time ever in New York City, she had a backyard. That little patch of grass was the opportunity she needed to go all in on fostering, something she'd only been able to do here and there before. But she didn't just want to foster Ken. She wanted to show her followers on Instagram what fostering was really like, to demystify the whole thing. So she filmed it all. Picking him up on the subway, his first tentative steps into her home, she wanted to show people exactly how it worked, from start to finish. And the response was, it was immediate and totally overwhelming. She posted the video to TikTok and it just blew up. It shot right past 250,000 views and racked up tens of thousands of likes from people who were suddenly so invested in this one dog story. And then the comments started pouring in, hundreds of them, from complete strangers. She hadn't just made a cute video. She had accidentally tapped into something really powerful, this universal desire for authentic, hopeful stories. Okay, but let's be real, going viral is one thing. That kind of success can disappear overnight. The real question is, how do you turn that one-hit wonder into something that actually lasts? Well, Isabel used that momentum to build a real mission and a real business. And this really gets to the core of why it all worked so well. She realized people were just starving for positive, feel-good content. They wanted to see that transformation, to feel a little piece of that magic that happens when a shelter dog finally experiences what it's like to be loved. And man, did she translate that online attention into real-world impact. We're talking fostering nearly 30 dogs with tough medical issues, raising over $500,000 for animal welfare, growing her audience to over 2 million followers. She started working with huge brands like Toyota and Chewy, and even landed a deal for a memoir. This wasn't a hobby anymore. This was a full-blown enterprise. So, what did all this success actually look like in her day-to-day life? Well, it completely changed her definition of what a career could even be. It gave her this combination of things she'd never had before. This pretty much sums up her new reality perfectly. A dream career isn't just about what you do, it's about the life it lets you live. It's about having more personal freedom, a higher income, and this is the big one, the ability to make a real positive impact on the world. She had hit the trifecta. And in the end, it all comes back to this. That terrifying risk she took after getting laid off, it paid off in ways she couldn't have even imagined. She perfectly merged her two great loves, helping dogs and telling their stories.
So, how can the rest of us maybe learn from her journey? Let's break down her experience into some super practical, actionable advice for anyone who's dreaming of turning their own passion into their profession.
Her advice is so down to earth. She says, don't just quit your job tomorrow. Start small. Do some freelance work on the side to build up your experience and your list of contacts. Be proactive. Reach out to the brands and people you admire. And maybe most importantly, use those early gigs to build real relationships. Those connections are what will support you when you finally do go independent.
When you look at it, Isabel's journey really proves that telling authentic stories is what connects us as people. Her way in was through dogs, but the lesson is bigger than that. They remind us about life and love and joy, and it kind of leaves you with one last question to think about. What's the story that only you are waiting to tell?